Imagine a world just a tiny step ahead of ours, where the power to rewrite your own DNA is as simple as running to the pharmacy. But what happens when a tool that's designed to cure gets twisted, weaponized, to literally erase an entire people from existence?
Yeah, this one, chilling line from the story's antagonist, a biohacker who goes by Helix Ghost. It tells you everything. This is a vision of genocide without the violence, a quiet, silent protocol designed to eliminate a people before they even know they're under attack.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this all down. We'll start with the amazing technology itself, then dive into the shadowy market where it gets sold illegally. From there, we'll follow the clues to uncover the crime, decode the weapon itself, and finally, look at the political fallout of this terrifying new reality.
Okay, let's set the stage. You have to understand, we're not talking about some far-flung sci-fi future. This is a world where the gene editing revolution has already happened. It's just become a part of everyday life.
I mean, just picture it. Walking into a hospital and stepping into a little edit booth to fix a hereditary disease. Or ordering a gene therapy kit online just like you'd order vitamins. CRISPR technology has been totally democratized. It's moved out of the fancy labs and onto the consumer market.
And this is really the core tension of this world. On one side, you have these incredible, regulated, life-saving miracles happening out in the open. But on the other, a shadow market has popped up. And it's offering everything from vanity tweaks like no more gray to much, much darker services, like something called an ethnic detox. This is the world where our story begins.
So now, let's take a look at that hidden digital underbelly, a place where, quite literally, the building blocks of life are up for sale. Welcome to the Designer Plague Market. It's a Darknet forum where gene edits are listed and sold just like apps in an app store. You've got vendors selling their custom cures and buyers looking for anything from simple muscle enhancements to, well, tools for their extremist ideologies. And watching it all is Noah Green, an investigative journalist who thinks he's just covering another weird corner of the internet.
So while he's scrolling through all these listings for vanity cures, Noah finds this one, Project Hestia. The language is really vague, talking about purity and legacy. At first, he just dismisses it. He figures it's just some racist snake oil for online extremists, probably a fantasy product that doesn't even work.
But behind that listing is a very real and very dangerous person. Helix Ghost. See, this isn't just some scammer. This is an ideologue, a biohacker who is obsessed with clean architectures and restoring balance. To Helix Ghost, people aren't people. They're just datasets. Datasets that need to be curated and corrected.
Now, the first sign that something is terribly wrong doesn't come from an explosion or some big disease outbreak. No, it appears as a quiet whisper, a statistical glitch in a government database.
And this is where we meet our protagonist, Dr. Lena Ortiz. She's a state epidemiologist, so her job is to stare at public health data all day, looking for patterns. And one day, she notices something that just doesn't add up. It's a subtle anomaly in the birth statistics that all her colleagues are just dismissing as a simple data error.
And to be fair, at first glance, the data looks completely normal. When Lena pulls up the birth rates by zip code, everything seems stable. The numbers are right where they should be, there's no obvious red flag, nothing that would cause any alarm.
But Lena keeps digging. She has a hunch, so she slices the data a different way. Not by location, but by genetic ancestry markers. And that's when this horrifying pattern just jumps off the screen. While the general population's birth rate is totally fine, for people with one specific genetic signature, the birth rate has completely collapsed. This isn't random. It's a targeted, invisible demographic crash.
And this isn't just a number on a chart. It has a devastating human cost. We see it through people like Malik Rahman and his wife, a young couple who are being told they have unexplained infertility. They're perfectly healthy, but for some reason they just can't start a family. And their doctor can only offer a shrug and a platitude, because what's happening to them is, from a medical standpoint, completely invisible.
This is the moment when the two worlds collide. The data analyst with her impossible statistics and the journalist with his Darknet mystery. They realize they're connected. Now they just have to figure out what Project Hestia really is.
And so, a team gets assembled out of pure necessity. You've got Lena, who brings the data that proves something is happening. You've got Noah, who provides the link to the potential source on the Darknet. And they bring in Dr. Priya Deshmukh,
a brilliant but kind of burnt-out genomicist who's the only one with the skills to actually read the biological code of the weapon itself. And what they uncover is just horrifying. Project Hestia is not a vitamin, and it is definitely not snake oil. It is a custom-designed eugenics weapon. It's a CRISPR edit that doesn't attack you directly. Instead, it integrates itself into the common bacteria already in your body, where it just lies in wait to sterilize only those with a specific genetic background.
The way it works is terrifyingly elegant. First, it's delivered secretly, disguised as something harmless like free vitamin shots at community clinics. Then, the edit integrates itself into the harmless bacteria that are already living inside a person's body. From there, it works silently to prevent pregnancy, with zero other symptoms. And because doctors aren't looking for a modified bacteria, it completely evades all standard medical tests. It's the perfect crime.
Now, you would think that uncovering an active, ongoing genocide would trigger an immediate, massive response, right? Well, the scientific truth is one thing. Political reality is something else entirely.
When Lena presents her findings to a federal task force, this is the kind of response she gets from politicians like Congressman Cade Rowan. He doesn't just dismiss the data, he attacks the very idea, framing it as some kind of political conspiracy. He actually calls it a statistical hallucination, completely denying the reality of the victims.
And just like that, the entire system becomes paralyzed. The government is more concerned with economic panic and pressure from powerful political donors than with stopping a silent atrocity. And this denial, it just gives the weapon more and more time to spread.
And this leads us to the sobering conclusion of the story. Because even when you identify the threat, you can't always put the genie back in the bottle. The code is out there.
And this is the long-term fallout. A frantic race begins to create a patch to reverse the sterilization. But at the same time, the Darknet market splinters, making it harder to track. And before getting caught, Helix Ghost leaks the ARC files, putting the weapon's entire blueprint online for anyone to find. And soon enough, copycat versions start appearing in other conflicts around the world. The story doesn't end with a neat resolution. It ends with this lingering, deeply unsettling question. It pushes past the fiction to ask something very real about our own future. In a world where biology becomes programmable, the power to create and the power to destroy become one and the same. The real question is, who are we going to trust to wield it?